hope he's feeling in good spirits and is just gonna push through. And given how aggressively he pushed the rest of the game after that crash, he's definitely not feeling too down, which is what you're hoping to see.
I feel that the applied pressure, knowing that obviously that crash probably did put you, behind, obviously then forced the platforming, and you could tell that after that, like, the platforming really solidified. Fruity was just flying through the rest of the Now I think that the race nerves are over. You've got one under your belt for both the runners. Probably going to see a little bit of cleaner movement, I'd say, on both sides in regards to that. Probably a lot less mistakes. So this will be exciting to for sure, as everyone's going to go through, obviously, the most difficult stage of the game, or second most difficult. Always forget that Forlorn Temple is a thing. But
Yeah, that Forlorn Temple and getting that bridge skip. It's really, really, really hard.
Yep.
It's an impossible trick. I don't know how the runners do it.
Saving time there just absolutely never occurs. Hooker Z's on both sides. Let's see what our opening shard count is. I'm going to go with 2 this time. Get 3 in a previous one.
Gonna get 0 shards.
Going.
Got 2.
Nailed it. See, I can predict. Let's go. I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket after
Yeah.
So that was 1 apiece, right? I'm sorry. I did see 2 shards. I think it was 1 apiece. So we're on equal footing coming out of Ninja Village, which is good. I mean, again, 1 isn't terrible. You want to get to that shard count. You like to be at 34 before the screen with the shop, so you can only take the arc, or even higher if you want to take less and just, skip the extra shards. But RNG has a little say in that front. So if some of our monsters are feeling like giving up their wallets, Ninja's going to make their way through the bottom hill and see what happens with the opening cap. I think Fruity tried to do like a front boost, but didn't quite get it and got pushed back. Jangle tends to ignore the initial kappa. Oh, both of them at least doing a backslap, but Fruity also getting the front boost too.
It looks like both of these runners are having their second go at Autumn. That the first one, I think, for both of them did not go as planned. So
Fruity's definitely going all in on the T boosting right now.
Yeah, Fruity opted to take out that last green kappa for a little bit of time loss, just to see if RNG would bless him with the last time shard that he needed, and fortunately it did, so he did not have to go to the wall, because he was definitely short before then. Yeah,
and Yangle also only needed the arch too, did not need to visit the trunk on the right hand side, so very equal on that. Even though Fruity had to go maybe a little bit out of their way to get there, it's still very, very close. See, we got right boost. Go see, get your right thoughts out there for everybody and see if everyone's going to go. I think they're both stump users. They both use the wood platform and both getting right. So good. Yep. In an equal, I like to see that.
Just a few runners left that are not quite using the alpha plan. Good to see that I'm amongst friends here. Just jump on the same pixel every time. It's so easy, obviously.
Yeah, you say that, but lately I've been failing it. I hate to say this, but I think I've adopted Alpha Plat because Alpha Plat has so far not let me down. Funny how you have to change your strats when things just stop working. I don't know how it is. I should see very similar things here. I believe both will opt to boost through the saw.
Yep.
Bring into tower skip.
Fruity getting past the bodyguard just fine, or the lifeguard just fine. And Fruity, it just did not even opt to go for Spike Tower this time. Maybe not feeling it after the miss previously. And Jangle unfortunately did bonk on the tower and have to take the water, which is
so that's
slower than just going straight to the water. But
yeah, I feel like Fruity probably didn't feel like their positioning was in the right spot, even with the projectile incoming, to be able to pull that off. And probably wisely just chose to skip it entirely. And again, did save a little bit of time because Jangle took that knockback by not quite getting high enough to even have the spikes boost him over the top of the tower. Well played there. Looking at shard counts, Jangle's a little bit lower, but still in good position. Did take the dip down for the additional there, just to make sure that they were really solidified here. Fruity again missing the swing skip here. That's unfortunate. Trick has kind of had his number today, and it's starting to add up a little bit. Good stump jump.
Pushing through. See, like shard counts are looking pretty good. Should just be clear through to Beef Golem here.
Finalizing their movement here. Nice little grub bounce there from Fruity. Just made a little bit of extra frameage as they're going, but yeah, both extremely strong on their shard counts. Should have no problems with their upcoming shot here. No rhythm jumping, I think, from either side. They'll both mash their way up that wall. All right, so we're going to come up on our first point, first boss here. Execution only, no RNG needed. Just be good at mashing and getting your DPS in there. So obviously, we want to keep this a one cycle. You have to wait before you throw those shurikens in order to make sure that the column is exposed and in vulnerability before you launch those three, which helps kind of guarantee that DPS as long as you keep your sword mashing rhythm good. Jangle looks solid, just in there. Definitely no VSync usage on Jangle's side. No. And clean with Fruity as well.
Funny. As easy as that fight is, and as consistent as it is to just do the same thing every single time, like the setup for it is just you literally just mash and walk right. Still, when the leaf frisbee starts coming back every single time, you know, that little bit of stress that maybe you messed something up and didn't realize it creeps in, because you definitely don't want that time loss from not getting the one cycle.
It feels like that goes in phases too. Like most days it's free, but then you go to this stretch and suddenly it's like 2 or 3 runs in a row you can't get it. You're wondering, what am I doing different here? Like, I don't know what I'm doing different. And it's literally just one hit every time. It feels so bad to miss it.
Yeah, or you go through that phase where you just forget that shurikens exist for some reason. You're sitting there, you do your setup, you get your slashes, and then you just have no idea how you didn't get.
Why is this not dead? And then you see those 3 diamonds, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, there's another button I need to press here.
Whoops. All right, so no butt boosts from either one. We get a nice little Ducker Z there from Yangle, avoiding the face plant with the swinging spike ball. Ooh, Fruity kind of stood up just a little too early.
Yeah, he had the same problem last time where he bonked on the spike ball. He's going for as tight of a duck as possible, trying to get the mythical. I think it's what, like 7 frame duck, and giving him a little bit of trouble here.
That's right. Sportsmanship from Jangle, who actually took damage getting ready to try to get around those Crusher cycles, and ended up having to wait not only for the initial one, but also didn't feel very confident getting through the double one at the end of the room. Has allowed Fruity back into, like, right into his heels again here. So we've got an extremely tight one, and missing the skeleton now puts Fruity in the lead. Unfortunate movement or like slight issues there on Jangle's side. I mean, it's nothing too dangerous, even at 1 HP right now. Should be very safe. The next save point is, well, there's not really a save point, but it does have a health refill. Gotta be careful though. This fireball can be tricky. Okay, phew.
No.
That red Kappa can be a sniper sometimes, so handled very well by Jangle just to avoid taking the death here. Getting the health refill. Both of them now going to move in to see how their badonkadonks feel. Fruity had the good setup, just didn't get the jump. Jangle actually getting it. Oh goodness. And another lead change. Jangle taking the lead by getting badonkadonk.
Yeah, both runners did miss badonkadonk last time, and getting it. Jangle getting it this go around. It's pretty significant time save.
Fruity handled the Wizard Ups very well. Is not too far behind. They're in the same room, just usually about Jangle's like finishing as Fruity's entering these rooms. So it's not much of a difference. Basically, it's one room going through here. Yeah, we'll see what Ruxton wants to do. Again, Ruxton did favor Jangle in the last run by giving a high pattern where Fruity got low. You'd like to see that maybe flip-flop or at least keep things fair. Pressure cycles on both sides. Dangerous there.
All right, Roxton, what you gonna do? Let's see.
Imagine them like Jangle on his side, always out on mic going, "Hey buddy, it's the Ishbender."
Cat.
There's another high pattern for Jangle who's going to take advantage of it. He's going to get up there. It's probably going to be around the maybe a mid platform, but maybe a low kill, and high on the other side as well. So Buxton not playing favorites this time is going to keep things nice and fair. Jangle getting the low kill with one left, and Fruity getting the mid kill with one hit left. So almost got that full time.
Yeah, no, and I think the runners here, yeah, that the slightly slower kill on Jangle's side had let Fruity close the gap there a little bit. It looks like they're about 3-ish seconds apart at this point.
Yeah, about 3 to 4 seconds apart right now at this particular point. So this is an extremely close race. And again, movement matters in this game. You know, keeping your corners tight, keeping your platforming good, solid, and getting the things that you want first try without too much hiccups, no stubbing your toes. I mean, that's all it takes is you do just a few of those, and then the lead's going to shift again on it. We'll see, and of course, we've got the infamous BC11 upcoming as well. Both of them, I think Jangle messed up on getting N2, but Fruity got through BC11 pretty cleanly last time, so we'll see how this goes this time. First, we got the deadly room of the tournament, the upcoming tree room, followed by the spikes following. That's been the room that's probably killed most runners throughout this one. Ooh, Jangle missing the boost around the corner there. Got a little high on that last swing. Fruity's going to make up just that much more ground.
Yeah, and then Fruity taking damage from the Wanderer there. I don't think he was going to go for the spike pit anyway, but still opting to go for the spike pit with low health.
Oh boy, this red Kappa could be dangerous. Oh, and he gets him! Oh no!
That's the dangerous part about when going into that spike pit with 4 health and opting for the for that strat is very risky, as we just saw.
I respect it, but that red Kappa is deadly, and he's gotten me more times than I care to admit whenever I go for that particular strat. Jangle, second time N2, gets up there finally, so a little bit of time lost, but definitely better than his previous run where he completely failed the trick and had to use the elevator. We got that going on. Let's see how Fruity's BC11 goes. Ooh, okay, like a very light setup there, but opted to kind of switch over to the B2 and just had to modify it. Didn't quite get what he wanted there.
Yeah, I did not get the cloud step the way he wanted off that second projectile.
Yeah.
And just like that, so with the death in tree room, we're now seeing Jangle finishing up Bamboo, just going through the drop now.
So Fruity's also in another kind of a bad spot here because the shard count's really low for this point. I believe I didn't see, but I'm pretty sure Fruity did not reset the game after the death.
No. Yeah,
so he's gonna have to take a dip down here to the extra shards to get what he needs, because 251 by the end of the waterfall is what's required to be able to do the next shop as safely.
Yeah, really fortunate that Crystal is there.
Yeah,
saved many a race in its time.
Indeed. Jangle able to get both the wingsuit and wingsuit attack, so will not have any sort of like problems getting through the early setup portion of Howling Grotto here. We'll see how platforming goes. Again, this room is not, or this particular stage, not too many tricks. I mean, there's like some minor ones. We know both don't really go for God Yeet. Don't blame them. And then God drops are kind of scary. Jangle smartly taking that one. That one got a little wild there and definitely pulled back on the wingsuit. Smartly done. PK skip is probably being one of the bigger ones here. And then, of course, we just have the Golem fight. See how Emerald Golem goes in these runners, which last time was quite the decider in how things were going.
Pretty was a good one wingsuit drop there. The spike room.
Jangle's DK skip here so far is in range.
Yeah, good DK.
Yep. Not too scary to get through that gap there. That was pretty safe.